What up, nerds? Bujo Head Jody here. I've been bullet journaling since 2017. I just wanted to share, actually, we're going to do a flip through because I haven't done November yet. But we're going to look at the beginning of 2020. I want to show you my yearly spreads, just so you can have an idea of some of the other things I do monthly, because I have a couple spreads in there that I fill out. Check out my nails. Don't they look pretty and shiny? And I've got my rings on too. So we're gonna go ahead and check out the beginning of this notebook. Do love the Archer and Olive. That pure white is really nice. I do have some personal information in the very front there, so we won't look at that, but that's just the one page. There's nothing special on there. On the left here, we've got some grid spacing. I don't really use it that much. I do use these marks on the side because they have marked out. I use washi tape to mark my months, and so that gives me the correct spacing for that. So that's pretty helpful. And I do like that I have the numbers, so I can do the math. But these, I don't really use them. I'm probably not going to do something as fancy next year. I do have one page for my index. I know you can't see a lot of detail here, but it's mostly just months. So we're going to look up until this point. So these are all months. There's a couple other things sprinkled in there, but we're just going to take a look at the first about 11 pages. So the first thing you will notice is that I have some information hidden for my privacy. This is primarily a financial bullet journal. I bullet journal for financial reasons. So this is 2020. We got January, February, March, April, May, June. I used to put them in this order. So first across the top and then down. And so when I was doing October, I made a mistake. Now this is something I don't use anymore. This is whiteout tape. I tried it, don't like it. I generally like the paint pens. So each month has a spot for the colors of the theme. You can see in November and December. I haven't really picked anything yet, so there's nothing there. And then all my weeks start on a Monday, just like everywhere else in the bullet journal. It's because I think my week starts on Mondays. Now I have a section here. You can see they're mostly birthdays in the beginning. Any important dates. This is stuff that I know about very far in advance. And so then we have a section below the birthdays that'll generally put like holidays or stuff I know really far in advance. Or you can see I pay Amazon in December. I've got Zipcar somewhere up in, I think, September. And you can see that I take the color of the theme and I use it to actually highlight the dates. So this section, I put my monthly totals. They are slightly different between the first half of the year and the second half of the year because I was paying off some debt in the first half of the year. That's all my debt gone. So the first section would be the total hours I've worked, then the total amount I've spent, the total change, and then the fourth box. In the first half of the year, it was my total debt, but in the second, I've been doing a modified net worth, basically everything but my retirement accounts. So that's this spread. This is sort of my 2020 one, and the next one is all about my finances. So we've got debt repayment, savings plan, a slush fund, which is kind of like sinking funds for me, my income expectations, and my investments. So for the debt repayments, I knew I was going to pay this back by May, so I've got the month, the total, and the amount paid. It was a preset amount that I had given myself, and I just colored in the little part of the jar. I really like these jars. So for the savings plan, same kind of concept. I do a pay myself first, so the month total, how much I saved. And then once I did it for the month, I colored it in. Now for my slush fund, a little different. I got month total, saved, interest, and then spent. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the interest. I like having the interest. I know in the savings plan that would be a little helpful, so maybe we'll do that next year. I do like this little graph. And I had to actually fix this with whiteout tape as well. So we're going to keep those next year. And our income expectations, since I actually do a lot of our payroll, I know how much I get paid and how much taxes are going to be taken out, so I can do a sort of reverse engineer and figure out if I work this many hours, use this certain equation. This is the bracket that I'm usually in at the end of the month. So I can just sort of keep track. Now I also have some investments. I have the month. I do have my traditional IRA. That's something I've had for a while. For a while, I had these two, Robinhood and Webull. They're mostly just little piddly amounts. I put in like maybe $20. They got to be too much, so I got rid of them. And I also started a Roth IRA. So I currently only have my traditional and my Roth IRAs. So those are sort of, monthly. I'll fill this stuff in, sort of a once a month sort of deal. Here are my credit cards. I have a lot of credit cards. All the cards I own currently have no annual fee. I got a lot of intro bonuses and stuff like that. So it starts off with, I always have a little code and the name. That code is the same thing I use throughout the rest. Behind that tape is like my limits and my APR and the date that I got it. And then I always include what the bonuses are. So for the Discover here, we've got different quarterly 5%. I also like to keep track of if I'm using the card, because sometimes they'll close cards if you're not using it. So I just mark off which quarter I've used it. So these I actually have. This actually was a product change. This is also something I product changed. But the one that's not colored in is like a possible one that I might want to get in the future. I know I'm kind of thinking about the Freedom Flex, although I'm still not under 524 right now. Shout out if you know what that means. So I have space for a lot more. Kind of regret having all that space. My next is related. It's minimum spend. These are the 3 cards that I got this year. So I had the amount that I needed. So I would keep track of the date, how much I spent, and then the running total. I liked this sort of condensed spread because I never have 2 minimum spends going on at the same time. I think one thing I am going to do differently is sort of do a summary of all of these, like what would be the best card to use in a certain situation. I can't really look up the situation and then which card I should use. I have to go through all that stuff. So maybe that'll take place at that empty continued spot. So the next couple spreads are about my running. Not a big runner, but I run. You can see this is a 20-week training schedule for a race. This was actually for the half marathon that I thought I was going to do. We got week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll do a rest, we'll run, cross training, run again, rest, cross training, and then like a longer run. This came from, I'll actually put the link. As you can see, I didn't get super far, but I did enjoy doing it. I liked having this reference here. So what I've done so far is I put this double line, and now I'm putting the date and my actual plan, and I can pull from this schedule and sort of modify it as I want to. You can see that instead of just a general cross training, I have a very specific, I'm trying to work my way up to do some push-ups. So right now we're just doing wall push-ups because I'm not super strong. As you can see, I'm not perfect. I definitely have been missing a couple. This is sort of my race results. I wanted a sort of total. I was going to do a bunch of 5Ks. A lot of those got canceled, and that half marathon got turned into a team event. But that was fun. So I think I'm going to keep this schedule, but I think this section where it's per week, I might move to my actual monthlies. But I do like having the reference. And now my last spread that I do yearly is my book list, and I think it's been in this form from the very beginning. I like having this little doodle of a shelf. Yes, I have marked out some of them. Don't worry about why. It is a privacy issue, actually, surprisingly. I know I haven't filled in a lot of these. I kind of fill them in as I read them, and that's okay. I used to be a big reader. Now, one thing you may have missed, if you look at this color and you look at this color, well, it seems to match this color. And what would you know? That color, and that color, and that color, because it all matches that color. That's right, I'm a crazy person. I have color coded using the month. So you can go back and see. So those are things I've done in February. So it's that hot pink. And it matches, let's see, there's another cute one over there. And it matches that. I didn't run a lot in January, don't worry about it. And then that, also didn't read a lot in January. You can even see my weirdest color is that gold. I had like a sparkly month. We can do a flip through that one as well. But yeah, you can see the gold there. I swear it's there, see? And the gold there, I actually took the actual washi tape that I had been using. That was kind of fun. I liked that. And it's right there. It all matches. And I really, really like that. And I think that's something I'm gonna do next time. So yeah, so that's my 2020. Hope you liked it. I will see you guys later. Bye.